Cool. Okay, so I was just saying if anybody has yoga blocks at home, you might want them today. And then otherwise, we are good, and we're going to have a gentle practice. There'll still be movement. I'm going to put in a bit of challenge, but we want to remember again in our bodies, because I feel like right now, a lot of the time, we're subliminally actually navigating a lot of different pieces. So we are juggling, even if we're not as aware of all the juggling that's going on in terms of what's happening, on the TV, in the world, and then what's happening with your work and also with your personal, everything that's surrounding us. So in a way, I feel, and it might resonate for you, we're dealing with so many pieces that our bodies are bracing without us being quite aware of it. And I have noticed that the bracing doesn't come undone with powering through. It doesn't come undone with kind of stretching hard against it. I'm realizing that it comes with an allowing a softening and a letting yourself have that interoception, which is just a silly term for knowing where your body is. So they have studied this scientifically, psychologists study it. It's us being able to have our awareness back in the body that will help us to engage what I love talking about, the parasympathetic nervous system, and it's what will allow us to release those layers of tension through the right hormones being released, through the right kind of muscle relaxants just naturally coming through. So instead of approaching everything on the yoga mat the same way that we do life, because life right now we are kind of gritting our teeth through, so we're gonna just practice taking a different approach, and we're gonna do it together, because I'm not saying that I already do this and I'm perfect at it. It's just I realize it really, really does work, and lots of studies have shown that it works. So we're gonna give ourselves that opportunity to enjoy all the hard work that other people did to help us know that this stuff is going to be helpful. So we're gonna lay back right now. You're gonna take something under your neck, under your head, if that feels nice for you when you're laying down. We're gonna be holding the leg to begin. So if it is helpful to have a strap, you're gonna take something and bring it to the right foot. And then we're just bending the knees. We're just having ease right away. We're not making anything hard at all. And then with your belt, if it's the kind of belt that you can make a loop, you can even do that just so that the whole thing is closed, and you can maybe double loop so that it's even easier to hold, for instance. So it just makes your own life, whatever makes it easier right now. So kind of check that out. Or if you're using a scarf, just wrapping it gently around. And all we're doing right now is we're gonna have both the legs bent. We're gonna relax the shoulders. We're gonna rock a little side to side. So we're just going to take a bit of time to sense the body and to feel the body kind of coming into contact, that physical sensation of the body lifting and peeling, rocking side to side. So we're gonna let ourselves feel that right now. And it's nice and easy. So you want to start that conversation with your body, start that little chat right now so it knows, hey, we're here just to hang out, just to be together. We're here to kind of connect the breath back into the body again, so that the breath is something that can deepen, that we can become more aware of, that we can allow to flow a little more easily. Nice. So just doing that, rocking side to side. Great. And then from there, we're just maybe, if it feels comfy for you, you're gonna extend the left leg, or you can keep it bent if that feels better. And then we're just gonna gently, ever so gently, start drawing the right leg in towards ourselves a little more. So just sense what feels nice for you. I'm doing the ultra lazy way, so I'm just relaxing my hands against the belt, just letting the weight of the arm start to draw the leg in. Then if there's anything going on, any sciatica, any kind of aggravation that you're feeling, then you want to bend the right knee a little bit more. But we're going to take 10 more breaths here. And just with each breath, we're just going to breathe out through the mouth. Let everything go. Nice. And there's no rush. So even when we're practicing the art of letting go, the very practice of it, the reason why it's called art is that we're going to just let it flow. We're going to let it happen by itself. So not muscling our way through it. And now keep quiet so that you can be with your breath for the next 8 breaths. Just one breath at a time. Allow the breath to find whatever it is in the body that wants to be released. Whatever it is, emotional, physical, tension, anything at all. Great, 5 more like that. Really letting ourselves practice enjoying breathing again. Delighting in the touch of the breath on the inside of the body. Great, and then we're going to bring the right leg over to the left side. So just drawing the leg across. Again, you're just relaxing your hand, left hand holding the belt. We're just going to draw the leg across, whatever is comfy. If the belly starts to turn to the left, we're going to follow that. And just letting yourself feel the opening in the outer right hip. As you do that, collect your shoulder blades under again. Relax that right arm out. And we'll breathe into this. So still let it be nice and easy. If it feels like too much, if it feels like it's not enjoyable. And as you read your breath, you know if it's enjoyable or not. If it is enjoyable, it should feel like breath feels nice, pleasurable. You're drinking it in, and you're letting it flow out. We'll take about 10 breaths here, just continuing to let the leg draw across, and if it feels okay, you're going to be drawing across and maybe a little higher. So the right leg is going to come a little more towards your left shoulder. Nice. And then about 5 more breaths here. Relaxing your shoulders here. Relaxing even the legs, even as there's some sense of a spiral happening. Relaxing into that momentum of that spiral. Great. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Nice, and then bend the right knee, bring your legs back in. We're going to draw the right knee in towards the heart, and then when you're ready, relax your shoulders. Still don't let the neck get too excited. We're going to tuck the chin, and we're going to rock the forehead towards the right knee. Nice, relaxing our shoulders. Take a few breaths like that. And release the head back against the earth. And this time, keep the right knee bent with the left leg straight. We're just gonna take that deeper twist. So right knee is gonna go across and you're gonna turn towards the right to look towards the right. We're gonna twist right into the lower back, into the lower hips. Couple more breaths there. Nice. And then come back to center. We're gonna hug both the shins in. And then you're going to make it easeful. Again, it's about kind of cradling yourself, making it feel nice. So hug the legs in. And draw them in so that the knees are drawing towards the chest and the lower back is lengthening. Then we're gonna breathe here, just nice and simple into the lower back. Feel the belly as it expands against the legs. And then feel that sense of release. Every little degree of it maybe is just half a degree, and that's totally fine. So just letting yourself sense that shift. Couple more breaths like that, just enjoying the belly being massaged by your breath, the lower back releasing. Great, and then once again, we're going to bring the forehead towards the knees, but without the head and neck getting overly involved. So belly button a little to your spine, tuck the chin, forehead towards the knees. And we're going to hug everything in. It's a little bit like if you were seated and you were going to curl in into a nice comforting position. Let yourself curl in for a few more breaths. So this is actually a nice pose for your digestive system also. Even the thyroid. Nice, and then we're going to release the feet. And just one more side, one more stretch on this side with the strap. We're just going to bring the left foot either to your hands or to the strap. And again, relaxing the arms as easeful as it is to just be connected to the leg. You can just hang out, relax the hands against the belt. Nice. And then gently over time, we're going to take a little time here. So first we're going to rock it out again, side to side, really feeling the lower sacrum, the lower back, maybe even the upper sacrum, both sides of the hips, feeling all of that as you rock gently side to side. Nice. And then as you rock here, really letting it become a little bit like when you are rocking a baby in a cradle. Just gentle, just enjoying the rocking. And then when it feels right for you, take your time and draw your left leg a little closer to yourself. And then feel free to micro bend that left leg if that feels better. And experiment a little with extending the right leg if that feels okay along the earth. And we'll just hang out here, breathing into this, nothing else to have to do. So 10 more beautiful breaths here. And we're not even going to need to count them. We're just going to let ourselves know that there's time to let ourselves just be. When you let yourself just be, the breath starts to remember to find its original rhythm, its original form. Starts to have a chance to rearrange itself back the way it wants to be. And with each out breath, without having to look for those places of tension, just knowing that with each out breath, tension is carried out through the exhale. breaths here, just melting all of that efforting, letting even the shoulders, the arms, whatever still seems to be efforting to just lessen that degree of keenness. Just easeful, easefully efforting. We're going to take this to our twist with the left leg more or less straight. So left leg is crossing over the body, right hand is holding the strap, and we're going to drape the left arm across and just turn to look towards your left hand, and belly starts to maybe turn towards the left side, even as the leg extends to the right. Nice, and then meeting the sensations there as they arise, noticing them, adjusting so it feels interesting but not too much. Just right. So you want right effort. And we're going to take about 10 more breaths here too, nice and easeful. So getting into the muscles, but also the connective tissues, also the fascia. A lot of the time, if you're stretching a lot and things are not quite changing, it could be that the outer membrane is still feeling kind of dry, it's feeling contracted. So we're creating opportunities for it to revive itself by allowing ourselves to get into kind of a more yin mode instead of a yang mode. So allowing the hyaluronic acid to just kind of spring froth again, to have a chance to, through our deliberately lengthening the duration of that compression and extension into the joints. 3 more breaths here. Nice, and then we're going to gently bend the left knee in, rocking back to center, just drawing the left knee in towards the chest, extending the right leg, just letting it integrate for a few more moments. Breathing into the hip, relaxing your shoulders again. Great, and then we're going to take it into our twist with the knee bent. So left knee is bent, and we're just going to bring the knee over the body, nice and easy. And the left arm is going to extend. You're going to turn to look towards the left again. Noticing your ability to be aware and to feel sensation in another part of your spine. So different than the first twist. And we'll breathe into this. Few more breaths. Just enjoying the breath flowing in and out. Great. And then gently back to center. We're going to bring the legs in towards ourselves again. We're going to hold with love the legs again, and this time curling forehead towards the knees. So collecting everything in. It's a deep hug. It's a stretch, but reducing over efforting. Just breathe. Great, and then from here we're going to take happy baby. Hands either onto your outer feet, arms to the inside of the knees. Lying back and pressing the feet, the inner feet to the sky, even as you draw the knees towards the earth. Great. Your tailbone is going to lengthen and extend to the wall that you're looking at. And then we're going to relax our shoulders here. We're going to let this one develop a little bit. So we're going to take about a minute here, just checking into the opening that happens kind of almost layer by layer. So start noticing what happens when you stay a little longer here, Notice the backs of the legs, notice the hips. Notice if it feels like there are layers in these physical places in the body, and if you feel those layers start to kind of move a little differently, even though it looks like you're in stillness, see if you can notice that untangling, that kind of teasing open of all of those places that have kind of drawn into itself. See if you can breathe now and just watch that blossoming. So we'll take 10 more breaths here in sweet silence so that you can better observe what is happening. Great. From there, if it's possible, you're still holding on to your feet or holding on to your ankles and extending the legs up towards the sky. Micro bend the knees if that feels good. We're going to try to even out the efforting between the left side and the right side so it still feels like the lower back is more or less evenly distributing. Feels like the spine is evenly distributing for both sides. Press away through the inner feet and then relax your elbows and draw the legs towards yourself. If it feels better to use the belt, you can also try using the belt and draw the legs towards yourself just little by little. So a little bit like you're making, I guess, like a folded sandwich. Just folding in. We'll take 5 more breaths there together. What we're trying to do here is not to see how far we can take these legs and whether or not we can kind of be acrobatic. Nobody cares about that kind of stuff. If you're a real yogi, what we care about is noticing what is changing and being able to notice without overreacting and choosing wisely how much and how far you want to go. 2 more breaths like that. Notice what it's like when you choose something that is right for your body, how it feels, what your body is kind of saying in appreciation. Wonderful. And then we'll relax the legs. You're going to have the knees bent, have the feet back against the earth. You can still keep your little neck support there if that feels okay, or you can take it out. We're going to come into moving bridge. So you're going to have your arms extend overhead and you'll be pressing your feet down against the earth as you draw the hips up. So inhale, pressing down with your feet, drawing up with the hips all the way to the sky. Arms extending all the way back. And then exhale. We're going to slowly come back and bring the hips back against the earth. Great. So you're going to do this with your own breath. We're going to do this for about a minute. Just really enjoying the flow of that movement. Inhale, press down through the feet, draw the hips all the way up. And exhale, gently releasing. Very nice. And as much as we can, we want to really notice each vertebrae, how that cascading is happening as you draw up. And as you bring the heart closer to the chin, but keep the neck relaxed. And then as you exhale, the hips are extending towards the heels. And then vertebrae by vertebrae, the lower back settles back down. Great, let's continue like this with your own breath. See if you can even out the efforting for both arms so they're traveling at the same time. Even out the efforting between the two legs so that we're not just an autopilot powering through, compensating on one side because the other side is stronger. So evening it out, letting both sides have a say. Great, and then same thing, but we're gonna bring the feet closer in. So as much as you can, walk the heels in towards the bum, and then press down through the feet again, draw the hips up, come up onto your tiptoes. Great, and then walk the feet further back, press down through the balls of the feet, draw the hips high, and then we'll bring the arms back. From there, you're going to lift up a little. So the left shoulder is going to lift off the floor. We're going to draw the left arm back into the left shoulder socket. Same thing with the right side. Nice. Collect everything in. And then we're going to sweep the arms towards the feet. So the hands are going to try to reach the feet. Maybe it holds, maybe it doesn't. If it does, you're going to hold your ankles, press down, and then walk the feet forward again and kind of lift up through the hips. If they don't quite reach, we all have different proportions with our bodies. We're going to interlace the hands and roll the shoulders back. And then we're going to draw the backs of the arms towards the earth, just little by little. And then we're going to let the collarbones kind of smile open. So let the collarbones smile open. Press down through the feet, draw the front of the hips higher up, and your tailbone is going to lengthen and extend to the wall opposite you. Nice. We're going to take a few more breaths here, just allowing the shape to do its magic. A few more breaths. Let the heart float a little higher with the in-breath. And with your exhale, relax your shoulders again. Nice. Press down through your feet. Keep drawing the hips up. Keep drawing the tailbone away. Nice. Notice if you're kind of squeezing in with the outer hips. And again, even that effort. Left hip, right hip. Which one is efforting more? Beautiful. Nice. And then we're going to slowly release. Lower back towards the earth, draw the knees in, hug the arms around, curl the head in. I'm going to hang out here for a few more breaths, just really becoming a neat little package, collecting everything in, forehead towards the knees. And then again, remind the neck, remind the shoulders that they're following the momentum, but they don't have to lead. Great. So we're going to rock into a plank from here. You're going to cross your ankles, come up to a seat, rock forward, and take your hands against the earth, and then come into a plank. Nice. Some of us have more leg. And then we're going to roll the shoulders back, draw the heels back, crown of the head lengthening forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades in towards each other. Nice. We're going to stay here for a few more breaths. Belly button collecting towards the spine. Tailbone is going to lengthen back more. Feel the front of the legs engage. Really feel like you're floating everything up away from the earth, even as the fingers press down. So it's not the wrists that are pressing down. Great. Great. And then let's come into downward dog. Or half standing forward bend if that works better for you. You're going to walk your hands a little closer. Draw the belly button in. Draw the outer hips further back. And just take a nice stretch here. Great. Take a few more breaths like this. And then whether you're in half standing forward bend or if you're in downward dog, you're going to maybe walk the hands in just a little bit more. Right hand is going to hold the left shin, bend the left knee, and we're going to kind of draw the heart towards the left leg. And from there, you're going to turn your belly to the left and look under your left arm. Great, hang out there for a few more breaths. Great, and then you're gonna switch sides. So you're going to bend the other knee and look through the right arm. And draw your hip back. Draw the right hip back. Draw the right hip kind of further all the way back. Great. 2 more breaths there. Same thing if you're in half standing forward bend. Great. And then we're going to release, walk the hands forward, roll the shoulders back, and then we'll take a moment and release the knees, lower the belly, and roll the shoulders back. Squeeze your elbows in towards your ribs, and then inhale. We're going to draw the heart up. Nice opening all the way from the belly button all the way up to the throat. Exhale, you're going to lower. So we're going to do this a few more times. So inhale, we're going to roll the heart up. Lots of opening through both sides of the body, the front body and the back body today. And then again, inhale, roll the heart up. We're going to do it 4 more times. Exhale, folding. In your own time, with your own breath. Nice, really get kind of the juice out of this. Really enjoy it. And then exhale, we'll soften back. 3 more like this. Roll the heart up. Soften towards the earth. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lengthen the sternum up. Exhale, folding. Nice. Couple more. Nice. And then when that's complete, you're going to draw up one last time. Come into child's pose twist. So take your big toes together, draw your hips back. Right palm is going to face up, and we're going to slide the arm across. Bring the left arm to the sky and left hand to the right hip. So going to hang out in child's pose twist for a few more breaths there. And then we'll take your twist to the other side, come to the center, left palm facing the sky, slide the arm across. Inhale, right arm up, left fingertips, or right fingertips to the left hip. And we're going to twist. Nice, just breathing into this. Nice, couple more like that. Great. And then exhale, we'll release. So we're going to do opening along the front of the arms before we go back to the legs. And I'm going to invite you to know that you have options. So I'm going to show you an option where we're going to be facing forward along the mat. And you're going to have right arm under the left, and the arms are going to go like this. And you're going to be laying down over it. If that doesn't appeal to you at all, you're going to have a seat. Take the right arm across the body and draw in this way. So you do one side at a time, this way. So if you're facing forward, we're going to just come onto the belly again, kind of like when you're in Sphinx. And then we're going to have the palms facing up, right elbow and the left elbow align at your midline. And then little by little, starting to walk the arms away from each other. Great. And then you're gonna maybe walk yourself forward a bit more over the arms and relax the forehead onto the earth. And then if having the forehead against the earth feels like a little bit far away today, take a cushion, take it under the forehead, same thing, and then just have yourself elevate it a little bit higher. Great. And so even as you're laying onto the arms, you're going to let the backs of the arms kind of move away from each other a bit more. So they're going to be kind of drawing away from each other so that you can really feel the opening into all of that along the muscles, along your shoulder blades. Nice. So we'll take maybe about 10 more breaths there. Just take your time, relax the tops of the shoulders, let gravity do the job. If it feels like too much, take a break. You can relax the arms back out. Yeah, you can always do this seated. Great, so it's kind of a deep one. And quite nice after some practice. Could be very quick way to get into some deeper places. So to come out, you're going to walk the elbows away from each other so that you're support again under you. And then we're going to bring ourselves up a little more. Yeah. Nice. So then you're going to switch sides. Your right arm was beneath, or maybe you were doing the right side. Now switch to the left. So the left arm is beneath, the right arm is on top. We're going to come on back. Elbows are going to walk towards each other to your midline. You're going to tuck your toes a little bit, relax the forehead, and then you're going to walk the arms away from each other more. And once you're at the point where you can feel kind of from the center of the spine that stretch, that wraps all the way around to the outer shoulders, let yourself come forward a bit more over the arm, rest the weight of the chest against the arms, and we'll just breathe here. So if this one feels like something you can get into, it's nice during the day when you need a little break from all that computering, and if you want a quick way to through the front of the forehead, through the pineal gland, to have some deep, quick access to calm. This is a nice way to undo that stress and also get to a calm place mentally. Great, we'll take 5 more breath cycles here. Great, and then take your time to gently come on back. Again, come a little higher, get the elbows to move away from each other. Walk your hands towards yourself. Great, and then we'll come on back. And in your own time, we're going to meet with the right foot forward and coming into a low lunge. So left foot is pressing the ball of the left foot against the earth, coming into your lunge. Draw the right hip back, relax the heart forward, and relax your shoulders here. So if today you want the back knee on the earth, feel free to do that too. It's up to you. Keep drawing the right hip back, keep lengthening the heart forward, and then we're going to come into the twist. So you're going to take your left arm outside the right leg, maybe left fingertips reach towards the earth, right hand to the right hip, and you twist. Maybe you take the arm up or across, or you can press your palms together and draw the heart towards the thumbs. So whatever feels nice here, keep drawing your right hip back. Nice. Just breathe. Play a little bit with that sense of teeter-tottering. Relax your shoulders there. Let yourself almost fall, and then come back. So find something different, find something new, find a new way to be here. Nice. Take 2 more breaths at least. Relax the neck. Great. And then fingertips to the earth. We're going to kick the right leg up. So you're going to come up into kind of like a 3-legged downward dog. You're going to start walking your hands towards yourself more. Micro bend that front leg. We're going to fold in towards the left leg. Push away through the right leg. Nice. Great. And then walk the hands forward again. Bring your right knee to the right side of your mat. Walk the left leg further back. Come into pigeon. We're going to pulse in this pigeon, so relax your shoulders back. Inhale, draw the heart up. And exhale, we're going to soften the heart forward. A few more times like this. Inhale, we're going to rock the heart up. Lots of opening to do with that connection between the front body, the hips, the back body. So really creating freedom for the whole body. A few more breaths there. And approaching it in that nice friendly way with yourself. Great, and then we're going to take this to the other side. We'll transition, hands onto the mat. Kick the right leg all the way up. And then bring it back, come back through downward dog for a moment. And then we're going to bring the left foot forward between the hands. Nice. And then back into our low lunge, relaxing our shoulders. Extend that right heel back, bend the left knee. Take your time, relax your shoulders once more. Make sure your neck has the right attitude. Nice. Right elbow outside the left knee, maybe right fingertips to the earth, maybe left hand to the left hip, and twist. If you like, extend the left arm up or cross or palms together, and we'll come into our prayer twist. Nice, and you're going to breathe there for a few more breaths, kind of playing with that breath, playing with your balance as you breathe. And it's not about staying still and rigid, it's about finding your balance again and again, just rocking a little bit in that shape. Nice. Great, and then to come out of it, both hands against the earth. We're going to kick the left leg up. Maybe walk the hands all the way in. Come into a so-called standing split. I'm going to fold. Take a couple of breaths there. Relax the shoulders. And then we're going to come into pigeon. Left knee to the left side of your mat. Walk the right leg back. Beautiful. And we're going to pulse again. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, draw the heart up. Nice. Exhale, softening forward, elbows back. So with your own kind of exploration, with your own breath, see if you can kind of soul your breath into your movement. So let them come together. A few more like that. And then this time we're going to exit a little differently. You're just going to sit to your side. Come to a seat for a moment. Sit cross-legged. Draw the heart up. Roll the shoulders back. Nice. Take your hands onto opposite elbows behind you. And then all we're doing is we're going to let ourselves just take little circles. So just rocking side to side, taking the head and neck with you as you circle a little bit here. We're just bringing everything back together. Feel all the parts of the body right now that are sensing movement, sensation. Nice. Switch the direction. Just one more time. Really let the neck and the shoulders get a chance to just easefully have some opening, have some breath coming into those areas. Great. And we'll come on back. Great. So for the last thing that we're going to do before Shavasana, I am going to show it with a couple of different options. So for the block, it will still be like your reclined half bridge, except there will be a block supporting the sacrum. So not the lower back. The lower back's kind of more here. The sacrum's a little lower, kind of from where the waistband of the pants is a little bit lower. So between your tailbone and below the waistband, we're going to come to lying down. And then we're going to draw the hips higher, slide that block right onto the sacrum. Make sure both sides of the sacrum feels even. Relax your arms. And this is option 1. You can hang out like this. So fully supported, nothing else to have to do. And then from there, if you like, you're going to draw your right knee in. Maybe you're going to straighten that left leg more. And you're going to lengthen the left leg. We're just going to relax the right leg in, so you don't even have to hold it. We're just going to breathe there, like that. So that's option 1. If that is too high, where I showed the block, take your block lower. Or you can take one of these cushiony things, and you can lay down. And then you can kind of lift up and slide that support under, and then the same thing. Still drawing the right knee in, still lengthening the left leg. Should be feeling some sensation of opening from the left kind of top of the pelvis all the way down across the front of the pelvis, the psoas, down towards the front of the left thigh. And that's all we're doing. Nice and easy. Relax the shoulders. Just breathe. One thing that is directionally still active is right knee is drawing in. So as the right knee draws in, the left leg extends. And hang out like that, just for another minute there. Just let the shape start to just hold itself, relax in that shape. Take a few more breaths like that. Thanks. And then you might even try playing with lifting the left foot off the floor, still using the block under your hips, and drawing your legs a little closer in towards yourself. Then you're going to switch. You're going to bend the left knee, extend the right leg, relax the right leg maybe towards the earth if that feels okay. If it's not going that way, if it feels better with the knee bent, feel free. And we're going to keep drawing the left knee in. We're going to see how much the right leg might want to straighten. Just keep it where it feels okay, and we'll breathe there. So more developing of that opening that you had created with the front body, even into the front of the right hip. Just allowing it all to connect together. And just close your eyes and breathe there. If it feels okay, you can bring everything up from the earth a little bit more and then lower the right leg again. Doesn't have to touch the ground. Whatever gives you that nice satisfaction of feeling the opening, with it just being just enough. Great, take a couple more breaths there. We're going to bend both the knees in. If you're using the block, you're still keeping your sacrum on the block, and then you're going to extend your legs towards the sky. Okay, so just really letting the legs start to drape in towards you. Keep the shoulders grounded. Bend the knees a little bit. I'm going to take this into wide-legged. So you're going to open up through the legs, press away through the heels or the toes. See which one feels more useful for you. And then we're going to hang out there for another minute. If the block feels like too much for you, feel free to not use the block, and you can either do this on just a cushion or some blankets, whatever feels best for you. Great, staying there a little while more. Press away through the inner heels. Nice. We'll take about 10 more breaths there. If at any point it feels like you had enough of the wide-legged, you can bring it back. Take the feet together and just float the legs above you. It's very restorative, very calming for the nervous system. So again, this is something wonderful to do. You might have a wall at home where you can take a block under your hips and you can relax your heels against the wall. You can just do it this way for about 5 minutes at home if you can, before bed. Very, very lovely. So it helps to bring fresh oxygen and blood flow to the heart, to the head, to your shoulders, helps to release them, relieves the legs, stress in the legs, or the stress of having the legs just be the two limbs that are pretty much dead on a chair most of the day if you're sitting at a desk. Great. So now we're going to bring the legs together wherever you are. If you have the legs wide, you're going to bring them together. And again, make sure you're balanced on the block or whatever you're using. You're going to crisscross your legs a little bit here. So you're going to lower one and bring the other towards yourself. Just a little bit. Just to enjoy moonwalking. Feel the sensation of that interoception that we were talking about. Feel the sensation of where the legs are. The air that they are cutting through. Great, and then in your own time, slowing it all back, bring it together, bend the knees gently, bring the feet back towards the earth. And you're going to bring yourself back to rest with the knees together. So take a few more moments here, and then in your own time, transition to Shavasana. In any Shavasana that you like. You take your pillows and your blankets, make it nice and cozy. And if you want to keep it simple, you can just be on your mat, extend the legs, relax the arms. With everything that you have done, with all the different places that we have visited, with our awareness, with our breath, with our strengthening movement, Let it all just come together now. There's nothing else that you have to do. The body will naturally kind of round all of it up. Let anything that you're letting go of just melt into the earth through the back body. Let it all be neutralized and taken away. There's nothing else you have to do. Simply breathe and simply rest and simply be. And taking smooth, deep breaths. Smooth, deep breaths into the body. And letting the breath, the prana, circulate throughout the body. Feeling relaxed and complete, just as you are. And when you're ready, finding your way to your side, staying within, still savoring the effects of your practice. We'll meet in any comfortable seat with the eyes softly closed. And just gently float the hands to the heart and let yourself just feel how you are holding the heart and the heart is holding you. Then we'll chant Om in gratitude and just rippling out the benefits of our practice, our intention to the world. So gently drawing a breath in. Bringing the palms together, bowing to our hearts and to each other. Namaste.